So, according to the one and only myth, the legend, the sensational Michael Pachter, Michael Pachter believes that the PlayStation 5 will indeed cost $800. Now, keep in mind, he's not confirming that it's $800, but he believes throughout all his technical expertise and his knowledge of gaming consoles, he believes that the PlayStation 5 could very well be in the $800 price range. Now, granted, he's even on paper to say, or he's even on paper and he's on the video, of course, saying that he believes that the technology that's in the PlayStation 5 is so advanced that it's doing some impeccable performance that rivals gaming PCs. So, if this tweet is not enough for you, well, we have a video, ladies and gentlemen. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and roll that video and let's start.
And up next, we're so very happy to have one of our favorite guests, Michael Pachter, with us, the Pack Attack.
With my favorite host.
Well, Pack, we go back. This has been probably 15 years of us chatting at E3.
I'm really pissed they made me turn my phone off. I was going to ask you for a selfie, but I don't have a functioning camera.
Internet legend Michael Pachter. We have to bring you by to set the stage for E3.
Thank you.
To say something wild that the Reset Era forums are going to go off on here.
Oh, God, Reset Era. I haven't been on there in like 2 years. Okay, wild. PlayStation 5,
yeah,
$800.
Really?
Have you looked at the specs?
Uh-huh.
If they make the mistake they made with PS3 and charge $600 or more,
right,
they've screwed themselves. So I don't understand it. It's like 50K or something and like 10,000 frames a second. I don't know what it is. It's really fast.
But they're not going to charge $800.
I know. I hope not. But I don't know how you spec that thing out at $300 or $400. I just don't know. So
maybe they'll surprise you.
They're not going to surprise me at E3 though. We're talking about E3. They dodged E3 because they didn't have any good news to tell us.
Not good news, they just didn't have anything probably new to announce, right?
Yeah, but how do you go, you're a business, how do you go a year with nothing to say? That's like us not having this show this year.
Yeah, but part of it's, I mean, I think they would say they're probably so far ahead right now. With like,
they are.
So
God, you know, that's, and imagine if you did that with your career. Yeah. You're ahead, you just cruise, and me too. Just take a year off and do nothing. It doesn't work that way. You only get ahead. What you're saying? Hungry. You got to be hungry always.
Okay, so now you see why I called this man a legend. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Big Cloud here, back again. Hope you guys enjoying your day. Now, usually I don't upload on the weekends. I mostly game on the weekends, and I upload Monday through Friday. But it's all good. I figured I'd do this video because this is going to be pretty interesting. A lot came out, and I just really wanted to touch upon it. So, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Now, Michael Pachter, again, you can take his comments. You don't have to take them to heart because he didn't confirm anything. He's just predicting, right? He believes PlayStation 5 will indeed be in the $800 price range. Let's be real here. Michael Pachter is one of the silliest individuals in this gaming industry. He's funny. He's hilarious to me. I always found him to be hilarious. This is the same guy who said that Microsoft back at the start of this generation was going to sell you the Xbox One for $100, and basically you would get Xbox Live through your monthly cable bill because Microsoft is going to be partnering with cable providers. You guys remember the DVR and of course the voice integration with the TV integration? Basically that's what he was basing that, you know, hypothesis on. He was basing off of that. Again, Michael Pachter is one of the silliest dudes in this community, and, well, he proved it. Do I believe PlayStation 5 will be in that field of view when it comes to that price range? No, absolutely not. Granted, yes, they're using good technology this time. We got the new Zen 2 processors. We got the new Navi GPU. But there's no way in hell Sony or Microsoft, for that matter, is going to be stupid enough to release an $800 console. That would be the most dumbest decision I would think yet. The maximum you would pay for the PS5, especially if they were smart in today's time, you know, the way things are going, would be $500. That's the maximum you would pay. Even for Microsoft, if Microsoft really wanted the power narrative, Microsoft wouldn't be dumb enough to release a $600 console. But then again, they could shock me, but I doubt they will go that route. Everybody's seen the PlayStation 3. Has everybody forgotten about the PlayStation 3? PlayStation 3 had one of the worst launches of all time for Sony just off of that damn price point alone. And on top of all that, they didn't even have the games that mattered. They didn't have any good-looking games at the start. They only had one that actually did show off the power of the PlayStation 3, and that was Resistance Fallen Man. And unfortunately, Resistance Fallen Man was, well, it had a lot of shoes to fill. To be honest with you, it had a lot to fill, and that wasn't enough to justify a PlayStation 3 purchase for everybody at the start of that generation. Just saying. So I don't believe that in one bit. Okay, don't believe in one bit. But I just found that I thought that was pretty interesting. I wanted to cover that because that was a funny statement from Michael Pachter. So shout out to Michael Pachter for a funny statement. Now let's get into some actual gaming news here. Now, I know a lot of people forgot all about the new firmware update that we're supposed to going to get. Now, this firmware update allows you to have up to 16 members in your party on the live chat. Well, I'm here to show you guys that, well, it's not, I haven't seen anything confirming when it's coming out, but I actually am in the preview program for it. So this is what it looks like. You guys can go to your party. You can have up to 16 members. It's pretty good. The only downside of being in the preview version of this update, now you can switch between this update and the one that's currently out there on PS4, which is like 6.71, I think. You can switch back and forth to them if you want, but the only downside I saw with this program is that, well, you can't necessarily party up with people if you have this update. Like, even if you had just like one person with you, you can't invite that person to your party unless that person has this update. And if I remember correctly, you kind of can still sign up for this update on PlayStation's website, I think, for it. So that's what they're doing for the whole preview. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Not sure when it's going to be released, but still pretty cool. I want to say shout out to my brother Big Mike for the invite for this actual feature. So appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. And let's go ahead and move on to Microsoft. All right, so listen to this. According to this, the lead system architect behind Project Scarlet is actually leaving Microsoft after 14 years of service, and he will be heading towards Intel. Now, I don't know what's going on here. He just decided to leave. He's no longer going to be working with Microsoft, with the console. I know a lot of you might look at this news and go, well, what does that mean for Scarlet? Is Scarlet in trouble? Did Microsoft drop the ball? I don't believe the Scarlet is in trouble at all. What I do believe is that, you know, he pretty much finished up and he just figured he wanted to start fresh, right? Or just try something new. It's kind of like Andrew House, right? Like Andrew House, Jack Tretton, and Kaz Hirai of PlayStation. They all left because they wanted to redeem themselves from PlayStation 3 to here. And they did that with PlayStation 4. Kaz Hirai turns PlayStation, or not only PlayStation, but he turned Sony as a whole, the corporation, around. It was in the red and it was going down. Now keep in mind, Kaz Hirai still is with PlayStation. You see him at all these events. He does work with Sony, but he doesn't necessarily, you know what I'm saying, he's not involved in the, you know, as the head anymore. But he did serve the you know, the platform very, very well and got them out the red. So looking at this going on with Microsoft and this console, I see the same thing. I think his work was just done. I don't think the console's in trouble. If it is in trouble, trust me, we'll definitely cover it. But nothing really indicates that the Scarlet's in trouble. Nothing indicates that anything of that nature is happening. So just keep that in mind. But here's the real interesting story that I got for you guys. Now, I said this before on numerous podcasts. I said this before in numerous videos that Microsoft was looking at themselves, keyword themselves, not Sony or Nintendo, but they were looking at themselves as a third-party publisher. The reason why I said they saw themselves as a third-party publisher is just in their attitude and the way they, you know, they treat their games and their consumers. Notice how majority of their focus is just on services. They're not really focused on giving Xbox gamers the best value. It's more like, oh, we have to include this group and focus on this group before we focus on the core, which made us what we are. And this is what we had to see, or this is what I see here. So you guys know E3 is over. And one of the big announcements from E3 from Microsoft, or not even Microsoft, but from Nintendo, was Nintendo's inclusion of Banjo-Kazooie being in Smash Brothers. Now, this right here, again, had a lot of people looking at Microsoft cross-eyed like, how is this coming to the Switch, but Xbox gamers don't get this game that they've been asking for? You guys remember, there was reports in the past that Banjo-Kazooie could very well have been worked on and could have possibly came to the Xbox console. There was reports of that. It has not happened. The reports stopped since then. So we have not gotten it. But this is a quote from the one and only Phil Spencer. This is what he had to say about Banjo-Kazooie being in Smash Bros. Let's begin. And I quote, "Obviously, we're one of the biggest third-party publishers on Switch." So we have great relationships with their third-party team, and you've seen the ambition that we've had with every character, or that they've had with every character that's ever been in Smash. And even more so, it was just the kind of part of the partnership relationship we have with them. There wasn't anything kind of CEO to CEO that had to happen, he said. People have asked me on social media, I'm sure you've seen that, over many years, would I welcome having Banjo in Smash? And I've always been open to that. And there you go. That's the quote. It's on Smash Bros. So again, I can kind of see what Phil's saying here. But what does that do for the Xbox consumers who are buying the platform? What does that say to them? Are you basically saying, well, you don't have to buy our console, period? Is that basically what you're saying? Is that the attitude you want to give? If that's the attitude, then sure, you're pretty much dooming the next Xbox. I hate to break it to you. He's dooming the next Xbox by saying this. If I don't need to buy the Xbox to buy these games, why the hell would I go and spend another $500 for this one? Just saying, people, let's keep the same energy. Let's be upfront here. Oh, Phil, man. Phil. Well, there you guys go. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I find that quote to just be, well, nothing more verification of what I've been saying for the longest. And I don't need to say much else at all for it. I really don't. Just don't need to say much else. It's there. It's clear as day. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy. This is Big Cloud Gaming. I will see you guys on the next one. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be easy. Later.